Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today we are going to look at the G.I. Joe Classified Series Cobra Firefly. This is, of course, the version 2 of Firefly. We have had Firefly already in the line. This is a more vintage-inspired, if you will. The first version was great. He was more sort of a, he had his big, heavy bomb-proof vest on. This guy is a little sleeker, a little more saboteur-oriented. Comes with some cool accessories. So let's take a look. First up, we're going to look at the packaging. We get that great 3D render kind of photo with a whole bunch of stuff exploding in the back. There's like a hot dog cart on fire. As usual, I don't know what this is a callback to, but it looks cool. We also get the full box loadout up in the corner, as well as the art on the side. G.I. Joe down the bottom there. Cobra, Firefly. On the side, of course, we get the sort of night vision / digital kind of look of that picture. Number 84, we get the QR code and the little specialty markers that are too small to be legible. On the back, we get all the legalese, as well as a full call out to what's inside the box. A couple details sort of highlighted in the panels there. 6.3 inches tall, or 160 millimeters for Firefly version 2. The accessories are pretty cool in this. I'm excited to get these out of the box and take a look. And then on the other side, you get the full art, the full length, and number 84. Let's get this guy out of the box. All right, so taking a look at the figure out of the box, the sculpting is good. It's it has a little less personality than the version 1. We'll take a look at that, in a minute. But the one thing that I do notice is that he's got a bit of a loose waist. The web gear, the straps don't fit as well. They kind of just float on there, which is fine, but it feels a little cheaper than some of the classified figures, and not cheap, but it doesn't feel as good as some of the older waves. The figure itself is nice, and I'm perfectly happy with it. There's some good paint deco. There's some paint apps, on the leg pouches, on the pouches on the chest, which, like I said, just sort of float around or a little bit loose. But the belt's nice, the web gear is nice. I'm digging the figure for sure. I'm still not convinced that I needed another version of the character, but that being said, I'll compare him to the version 1, and we'll see. Now, as far as accessories go, we get, like I said, a pretty good loadout. There's some pretty cool accessories here. If I can get this guy to stand. So we get a backpack. This feels a little bit like the vintage backpack, similar shape and such. So I'm digging that. There's some decent paint apps on here. Some of the details are a little bit darker. It's got a heart rate thing there. I don't know if maybe his heart rate, he's sort of gets worried about exploding things if his heart rate gets too high or something like that. We get what appears to be a semi-automatic weapon of some sort. We get a pistol as well, rather small, I will note. And then a silencer, suppressor. I don't know what they're called officially, but I always just called it a silencer as somebody that doesn't know what they're called. We get a dagger, which is going to tuck nicely into a little sheath on his arm. We'll take a look at that once we get there. We've got his kind of night vision / high res goggle. I don't know what they're tech. I don't think this is like an official real world type of goggle, but they look cool. And then we get some really cool stuff. We get this, little mine detector or mine delivering. I think it's just an RC with some explosives attached to it. The wheels do move. The wheels do rotate, which is pretty cool. They could have done it static, but I like that they did the wheels this way. Now, one of the wheels, this wheel in particular, is pretty tight. The other ones are fairly loose, so it's not going to wheel around on your floor or anything like that, but regardless, pretty cool. We got 2 of these landmines. They have holes in the back. They are going to plug into the backpack. We'll take a look at that as well. And then a little remote detonator, I presume. It's got a little trigger switch there, a little antenna, and a pretty cool little accessory. I mean, that's kind of fun. I like the fun accessories, so I'm digging this guy. Like I said, this stuff all kind of plugs onto the backpack. I also love when characters are able to carry pretty much all their stuff, and that is going to be the case with this guy. The little RC remote control car actually plugs onto the bottom of the backpack, and it's pretty secure, it's pretty firm on there, so that's not going anywhere. That's gonna go on here. I'm gonna get this guy all geared up, kitted up, and we will take a look at how everything fits. Starting with the base figure, as I said, he's got a knife sheath on his forearm there, so that is gonna fit in there nicely. He's also got his pistol holster on his thigh, so the pistol is gonna fit in there nicely. It fits nice and low, which I always like, because that way you're not gonna lose it. It's not gonna catch on anything or anything like that. The goggles are gonna pop on top there. You can put them all the way on if you like. They look really, really good. They actually fit really, really well as well, nice and snug, so that's good. Because it's still daytime, because there's plenty of light in the room, I'm just gonna set them on the top of his head like so, and leave them like that. Backpack is gonna plug in to the back. His backpack is fairly nicely shaped as well, so I'm hoping that that's gonna sort of hold everything in place. And it fits nicely on his back. Like I said, that RC fits on there, pretty cool design. We're gonna put actually, you know what? I'm gonna put the rifle on the backpack as well, because I am gonna obviously crooked. I mean, a little bit of heat's gonna fix that, so I'm not too worried. I can't figure out anywhere to put this little controller, but I'm okay with that. He's gonna hold it in his hand. He's gonna be a little bit tidier on the shelf in that respect, because he's not gonna have anything sticking out. Kitted out, he looks really, really good. Like I said, he still feels a little bit flimsy, feels a little bit cheaper than some of the classified figures we've had before. But still a very, very good figure. And if you were waiting for a more vintage inspired Firefly, this is probably the one for you. As I said, the version 1 that we got, I still really, really like. He's a little bit slimmer. He's a little bit more modernized, updated. As I said, the head sculpts, definitely a little bit more emotion, a little bit more character on the new one. The vintage inspired one that we've just got is a little more generic feeling. Whatever you prefer, I guess, is gonna work for you. Again, the deco on this guy is a little bit more version 1, the vintage version 1. The deco on the classified version 1, I think, is a little bit more elaborate, a little bit more updated, a little bit more tech. So I'm on the fence. I mean, I like both of them. I was totally cool with this being my Firefly. This one sort of fits the aesthetic that they're going for now a little bit better. So, take your pick. Whichever one suits you best and sort of suits your collection, go with that one, because they're both great options. But as far as the new one goes, as I said, it's a pretty good figure. Very, very nice accessories. He's gonna be fun to pose and play with. There he is. The G.I. Joe Classified Cobra Firefly version 2. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more. If you don't want to miss any videos, please hit the notification bell. And I will see you again very, very soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.